Just this weekend, he accused Amy Coney Barrett of using and being a white supremacist for the crime of adopting 2 children from Haiti. Some white colonizers adopted black children. They civilized these savage children in the superior ways of white people while using them as props in their lifelong pictures of denial. Nice. Joining me is Dinesh D'Souza, conservative author, executive producer of Infidel and Trump Card, which is out next week. Dinesh, full disclosure, I adopted 3 children internationally. And how do folks like Kendi end up becoming so influential at the time they're so hateful?
Well, first of all, they've got a really great shakedown operation that involves government money, it involves corporate money, it involves foundation money, it involves university money. And so in exchange for all this largesse, they have to produce some output. And so Kendi is making this amazing claim here. First of all, there's an historical claim, which is flat out wrong, which is that in colonial times it was customary for colonizers to somehow raid and appropriate, kind of take over these black and brown children and, quote, civilize them in the ways of the white man, thus cutting them off from their own culture and their own parents. So to take a particular example, which I know about, India, where there are a lot of British couples that sort of took over Indian kids and made them their own and then civilized them in the ways of the white men. First of all, I don't believe there's a single such case. But even if there were, this was extremely rare. This is hardly part of the normal practice of colonialism. And then, what does this have to do with Amy Coney Barrett? I mean, did the Barretts put on safari suits and go down to Haiti and conduct a raid on black children and then spirit them off to South Bend, Indiana and force them into the ways of the white man? This is absurd. You have a very poor country which has been the victim of one calamity after another, from famines to earthquakes, the Clintons, and then you have all these kids who are abandoned or orphans, and then the Barretts have taken over 2 of these kids, given them a better life, a loving home. So instead of praising this adoption, you get this bizarre racialized attack on Amy Coney Barrett, and it's all the product of a demented theory that is very well funded these days in academia.
Yeah, critical race theory. And Dinesh, I need to get to this today. Project Veritas claimed to have uncovered a voter fraud ring in Minneapolis linked to Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Who is the one filling out the absentee ballots? People who work with, like, Ilhan Omar. Where do they pay the money? The minute we sign the thing, the election, that's what you get paid.
Now, we're working on confirming some of these details inside the videos, but tonight the Minneapolis Police Department is investigating. So, Dinesh, you got about 15 seconds. Total media blackout on this story. Imagine if the shoe were on the other foot.
It's almost as if you're Muslim, if you're black, if you're from the desert, if you're a woman, you somehow think you can claim immunity from the normal practice of laws that applies to everybody else.
Doesn't work that way. Dinesh, thank you so much.